Sam Heughan drops bombshell announcement caught in a jaw-dropping scandal. Fans left speechless. Midnight announcement. That night, social media exploded. Sam Heughan, the actor who became famous worldwide thanks to the series Outlander, suddenly posted a video of more than 8 minutes long on his personal Instagram account. There was no stage lighting, no script, no editing. Just him, a serious face, red eyes, and a heavy voice that could not hide his fatigue. I know what I am about to say may disappoint many people. But I cannot continue to be silent any longer. The pressure behind the glory. For the past 10 years, I've kept quiet, for my career, for my contracts, because people behind the scenes ask me to. But I can't keep quiet anymore. Sam looked straight into the camera. Fans had never seen him like this, no longer the handsome, charming face familiar on the red carpet, but a man facing the darkness behind his fame. While filming the second season of Outlander, I witnessed something that I still can't forget. A member of the crew, I won't name them here, was forced off the set after trying to report misconduct by an executive producer. None of us dared to speak up. Neither did I. It was my fault, and I've lived with that regret ever since. For a few seconds, Sam said nothing. He took a deep breath, as if each word was a shard of glass cutting into his throat. I was warned that if I spoke, I would lose everything, and I kept quiet. I let that victim, a young, passionate, talented woman, be swept into oblivion. He raised his hand and wiped his face. There were no more tears, but there was a terrible struggle in his eyes. I tried to make it right in my own way, supporting her financially, helping her find other jobs. But it was never enough, and now that I know there are more victims, I can't help but speak out. Chain reaction. Soon after the video was posted, the hashtags #SamHeughanTruth and #OutlanderScandal immediately climbed to the top of global trends on Twitter, now X. Fans were in a state of confusion. Some were so shocked they couldn't believe what they were hearing. Some praised Sam's courage, and others began to suspect that this was a PR stunt. Major publications like Variety, The Hollywood Reporter and the BBC began to get involved. Every clue surrounding Outlander Season 2 was dug up. The names of producers, behind-the-scenes staff and even assistants were dragged into the storm of public opinion. Less than 48 hours later, an anonymous Twitter account posted, "I'm the guy Sam mentioned in the video. I've been silent for 9 years. But today I'm telling you everything. The shadows revealed." The anonymous Twitter account at Truth Behind Outlander quickly attracted millions of followers in just a few hours. The person behind it identified herself as Emily Grant, a former production assistant on the set of Outlander Season 2. In a lengthy series of posts, she recounted the whole story, which began in 2016. "I idolized the industry. I thought if I worked hard and was honest, I would get far. Until I was called into an executive producer's office at 10 p.m. for an emergency meeting. I was verbally attacked, then physically attacked. When I pushed back, I was threatened with never working in the industry again. I wrote a report, I filed a complaint, and just a week later, I was reassigned, essentially laid off." Silence. Emily further revealed that she found some comfort in a member of the crew, Sam Heughan. He did not say much, but discreetly gave her a letter with the phone number of his personal lawyer, and a small amount of financial support through a third party. "I knew he was caught between his reputation and his conscience. And even though I was angry at the time, I understood. No one dares to go against that machine. But today, when he dared to speak out, I knew it was time for me to speak up too." The truth could no longer be hidden. Immediately after Emily's post was verified by the press, public opinion began to turn to the person most suspected, Martin Keenan, a veteran producer who ran seasons 2 and 3 of Outlander, and is now the director of a large production company in London. Within 24 hours, a number of other former employees began sharing similar experiences, ranging from verbal abuse to a toxic work environment, with some even claiming they were threatened for speaking out. Martin denied all the allegations and announced he would sue Sam Heughan for defamation and damage to his reputation. Lawyers were called in. A fierce media war broke out, with some newspapers defending Sam and Emily, others questioning the true motives. However, the public largely leaned towards the truth. The hashtag I Stand With Sam and hashtag Justice for Emily movement spread. Other celebrities began sharing their own experiences, turning the story into a new public campaign for transparency and safety in the entertainment industry. Sam faces the consequences, and the choices he makes. In an interview with BBC One, Sam Heughan made his first public appearance since the scandal broke. He wore a black suit, his face noticeably thinner, but his eyes were no longer fearful. I know I might lose my role next season. I know brands might pull out. But I don't care anymore. I'd rather lose my career than lose myself. He confirmed that he had terminated his contract with his former management company, the one that had prevented him from speaking out years ago. At the same time, he announced the establishment of a legal support fund for victims of abuse in the entertainment industry. Not long after, the platform that released Outlander also spoke up, announcing that it would open an internal investigation. The remaining showrunners were silent.